Great to have you on Richard Mwenja Exclusive. We continue unpacking conversations that are shaping Kenya's political and governance landscape. I'm not doing this alone. I'm with Professor Herman Manyora, Kenya's most sought after political analyst. Prof, great to see you. Are you well?
Very well.
And very energetic.
Yes, yes.
All right.
Yes.
Prof, we now have a new pact on board. Raila Odinga, President William Ruto have signed a memorandum of understanding. They believe that is what will herald new fortunes for Kenya, and actually at it, the best tidings for Kenya.
Yes.
But there are those who read that there are going to be many political funerals following that pact between Raila Odinga and William Ruto. You are a seasoned political analyst. Among our young parliamentarians, many believe Peter Salasya is going to be the first casualty of that. Much as Salasya says, with or without Raila, I'm going to get another term in office. Because Salasya has actually castigated Raila as a traitor of the people, now going to bed with the oppressor from his optic. True to that, Prof. Is there going to be casualties?
Of course. This is a huge development. A momentous development like this cannot happen without casualties and the beneficiaries. There are those who will benefit immensely from this cooperation between Ruto and Raila. But there will also equally be those who will suffer.
Those who are within the trenches?
There will be orphans.
What happens to remembering the brother who was with you on the streets during Mandamano, the Salasyas of this time?
That's not how...
Babu Owino.
That's not how politics works. Unfortunately.
You don't owe anyone anything?
No. That's how politics works.
True to that, Prof. So then again, there are those who believe that on the side of Ruto, Ndindi Nyoro is going to be the biggest casualty of this new pact between him and Raila Odinga.
Yes.
And I want to understand, how much of a minus is this for President Ruto? Or is it even a positive thing to do away with Ndindi Nyoro?
You know, you can think you are punishing somebody, but he ends up benefiting.
Nyoro stands a chance
to
rise above the ashes?
Ndindi Nyoro is, in fact, he's very happy that Ruto has done to him what he has done to him. He's very happy.
From budget chair?
Yeah, now to a very popular person. He was popular, but he's getting more popular. Do you think it would have been easy for Gachagua to reach where he has reached politically if he had not been impeached?
So this purge, akin to what happened to Murkomen and Susan Kihika during Uhuru 2 term,
yes,
is going to be a blessing to this.
Susan Kihika walked into being governor straight away.
It's a blessing in disguise for Ndindi Nyoro?
Yeah. Ndindi Nyoro is now the shining star, the leading light in Mount Kenya region after Gachagua. If you're looking for people after Gachagua, you are looking for Ndindi Nyoro and the Murang'a governor, Irungu Kang'ata. Who else are you looking at? All the big boys are almost disappearing. You are only left with workers like Mutahi Kagwe, known for working for efficiency and as a beacon for the community, but within a certain context. If it fell upon the established names and figures within the community, Mutahi Kagwe, if certain people like Matiang'i, Kalonzo and the rest were looking for a running mate from Mount Kenya, somebody like Mutahi Kagwe will completely be the person. But if you are looking at future politics as it evolves and develops, you can't look beyond Ndindi Nyoro and Irungu Kang'ata.
They are larger than life today.
Yes.
So, Prof, there are those who equally believe that by going to bed with President William Ruto, going under this MOU, Raila has now started writing his political obituary and actually now soiling his legacy. Do you believe Raila has done a misstep by going into this MOU with President Ruto?
That's what everybody thinks. And I can't stop them from thinking.
Can he rewrite his legacy?
It's possible. Raila is Raila. If it was any other politician, you could never recover from this. Only Raila can recover from what Raila has done. I don't see another politician in this country who could recover from this. But Raila has the capacity to recover. It will be difficult, more difficult than anything he has handled in the past, but I can't put it beyond him to do it. Yeah.
However, how do you weigh this, Prof? Do you read an ounce of truth from concerns from Peter Salasya saying Raila Odinga has betrayed the people? Raila has always gone to deals when there's something in it for him, not for the people. Is that your view, Prof?
First of all, there's nothing wrong with that, because all politicians go into things when there are things for them in those deals.
Nothing about ultimate sacrifice for the people?
Never. You are talking about revolutionary leaders, which is what Raila was, not what he is today.
So you somewhat conclude that he's a Democrat, but not of the shade that he used to be.
No. Now he's an ordinary politician. Much sharper than the others, but still a politician. He will always go into a deal if there's something for him there. Like any other politician. In the earlier years, he wasn't like that. He had a vision for the country, for which he suffered and was ready to die. I don't think today Raila would want to die for the country.
Does Raila stand a chance to make inroads to Mount Kenya region, having gone now into an agreement with the President Ruto, whom now the mountain has been hostile to in the recent times? Does Raila still stand a chance to penetrate the mountain?
Under what arrangements?
Under the arrangement that I'm going to come there to marshal votes President Ruto in 2027.
If Ruto himself cannot get, how can the hated Raila get for him? Raila has always been hated by the mountain. How can he get votes for Ruto, who was a darling of the people of Mount Kenya?
So even if Uhuru Kenyatta is to back Raila Odinga in his bid to marshal votes for President Ruto, it's going to be dead on arrival.
It can't go nowhere. Mount Kenya is gone. It will take something not normal, something unusual, almost a miracle.
So now Mount Kenya...
And I want to remind you, when Ruto went to see Uhuru in Ishaweri and they ate a few goats, what did the people of Mount Kenya say? They say, wacha Uhuru. Hata baba yake akiamuka leo. They reward Kenyatta hata akiamuka mzee. Atuambie to back Ruto, we shall not. That tells you...
The bus left the station?
It tells you how deep that anger is. How the rejection is. And therefore, Uhuru or anybody else cannot convince Mount Kenya people.
So today we are living in the reality that Mount Kenya tilts around the axis that is Rigathi Gachagua. Starts and ends with Gachagua.
That's where it is. For now.
What then lies ahead for the yes men, the people who've played to the tune of President Ruto, even from the opposition side? People like George Kaluma, who are saying, we're in government and we're in government to stay. Ahmed Nasiri says, we cannot be in the opposition all the time. Our work is not to come and go for tear gas all our lives. For such men, in the fullness of time, beyond the trappings of power of today, what lies for them?
First of all, they will be re-elected, and that's where Peter Salasya fall. Some will lose their seats because of that, depending on where they come from. Some, like Peter Salasya, are not living at the mercy of Raila Odinga because they are not from Luo Nyanza.
They have an address of their own?
They are where they are. And because of that, they will do their thing. They will be re-elected. They are even much more popular because of attacking Raila. Babu Wino is in a tricky terrain because he's Luo, and the Luo voter in Nairobi may punish him for going against Baba. So he must navigate. But Ruto, Babu is trying to go beyond that. He can survive and even triumph. So it will depend on where you come from. But to answer your question about after, when years have passed, history, when years have passed before you go to history, some of these guys will look very miserable. That is the history. That's how it works. People like this end up very badly. And when history is written, if they are mentioned in some footnote,
just a footnote,
even within that footnote, terrible things are written about them to make their grandchildren die with shame and embarrassment.
So then again, what kind of politicians will make it now to the entire chapter? The Wamshombas of today?
Those who fight with the people.
To the end.
History always accords them some accolades, some space. Unfortunately for many people, they always get tired. They always look behind like the wife of Lot.
Rear view mirror.
Going forward is never easy. Why? Because the temptations are a lot around them. Because politics is so transactional. The temptation to live in Karen, when you have been a freedom fighter, a struggler. But the temptation, Karen is beckoning. Mudaiga is beckoning.
Golf club.
Yeah, playing golf and going to Karen club. That the temptation, few can resist it. Lazima ukwe mtumishi kadangwa.
Kadungwa wadhangwa.
Yes. Mpaka ukwe mtumishi na si watu wengi.
Omtatenda baba.
Our heroes of the second liberation have fallen by the wayside.
A pale shadow
They
of
have
their
gone for
former
the
selves.
trappings of these things. They have moved from Buruburu and the other places. They have homes, palatial homes in Karen and elsewhere.
Bourgeoisies of today.
Yeah. History is always very unkind to such a people. Because they normally hold hope for the people. When you desert the people, history becomes very, very unforgiving. Very unforgiving.
Finally, Prof, do you think we've cheapened our politics in the sense that today President Ruto says the best man for Africa is Raila Odinga? We go back 3 years down the line, you hear President Ruto saying Raila is a traitor, he is the enemy of progress in Kenya, he's the lord of violence. Why this shift in goalposts? Is it because we've degenerated to cheapen in our politics?
No, Raila is a man everybody fears. When he's on the other side, you can only say bad things about him. When you have him close to you, you can only praise him. Because when he's on your side, he's such an asset. You can only glorify him. Because he's a real asset. When he's the other side, you are trembling with fear.
The Goliath.
And the throwing words because of, as a reaction. The fear in you is making you say the things you are saying.
So when will you know the true character of Raila? If when he's on the opposite side, you have to attack him, on your side you have to praise him. How will we measure his true character?
It will be very difficult. That's why nobody understands Raila. And politicians like that, they are there in the world. They are not many, but they are there. People you can't understand. People who have attempted to write about Raila, they have given up. They say, I'm not a man you can understand. And Manyora has helped people by telling them Raila is a spirit. If you understand Raila as a spirit, you don't even trouble yourself. You don't bother yourself to understand. Why would you want to understand Raila as a spirit?
Doing an study on Raila is a chase after the winds?
You can't manage.
There you have it. Raila Odinga is a spirit. Those who've tried to study him have fallen short along the way. Until we get to do this again on Richard Mwenje exclusive, do enjoy the rest of your viewing. We continue unpacking conversations more precisely after the new pact between Raila Odinga and President William Ruto. We want to understand what that means for our country, what that means for our democracy, and what means for the next crop of leaders in this country. Until we get to do this again, enjoy the rest of your viewing.